Okay, guys, welcome to a brand new episode of WrestleSlam. A massive thank you to everyone that's tuned into our last number of episodes. You know, huge numbers on Facebook and on YouTube. Twitter, we really are going up the ranks on Twitter thanks to Tim and Phil. Phil has put in immense work, as always, on Twitter. And it's working. You know, the followers are getting, a lot bigger, and obviously the interactions, have been crazy. There was also a birthday message to Phil this week from the legend Chris Jericho. I'm going to get him to attach that birthday message right over here, guys. So keep an eye, he'll attach that. But first of all, Phil, it's the birthday week. You've been crazy on Twitter. A lot of interactions with NXT stars, Impact stars. How are you finding it at the moment, my man?
It's very good. I'm actually new to it because I never used Twitter. And I suppose with Tim's help, because he's doing a lot as well, you're tagging a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's just about trying to get engagement.
Yeah, and yourself and Tim are doing that. Like, I can see Phil, obviously, Phil and Tim, you're kind of nighthawks. Like, you will stay up and watch events and stuff. And I think that always helps because, if I tweet at 11 a.m. today, I don't realize it's obviously 4 a.m. in America. So, the Americans like Twitter. So, clearly your American fans are all tuning in late at night, and that's when the interactions happen. But, Tim, you're non-stop on Twitter as well, my man. Obviously, you're getting a lot of interactions. We've had WCW legend Crowbar follow us. Karrion Kross has been,
liking a lot of stuff,
likes. You know what I mean? Velvet Sky, there's been numerous names, but yet again, it's great fun.
Taya Valkyrie was a good one, because I tweeted about John Morrison. She retweeted it and everything, and it's had over 5,000 interactions, like that one tweet alone, which is great.
I love it.
The biggest one I've gotten is that page that has nearly 500,000 followers shared one of our posts.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
Yeah, no, it's surreal. And obviously getting a birthday message from Chris Jericho, Phil, was immense.
Unbelievable. And then, it's just, I actually kind of look forward to seeing Fozzy back in Car. I think they'll come back, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they will. We know Cypress Avenue engaged. Obviously, Owen and the team of Cypress Avenue have brought Fozzy here on 2 occasions. I happened to be at one of them, but it's looking likely, when it's all said and done, Fozzy will be back in Cork and we'll see Jericho perform to these adoring Cork fans.
Yeah, Judas.
I love it. So lads, obviously it's been a crazy couple of days. We've been very excited to do this show. Obviously airing Sundays, guys. It's great to have you all tuned in. So obviously there's been a lot of news, a lot of breaking news. As always, it's a crazy world in the wrestling world. There's always stories. I suppose one of the big stories this week is the Big Show going to AEW. Paul Wyatt, it's I'm not going to lie, it's a bit of a shock. But Tim, what's your take on the Big Show joining AEW? Obviously, there's talks that he left because he was disrespected by the company. And obviously, he had that TV show on Netflix, which I quite enjoyed. It never got renewed for a new season. But are you shocked he's gone to AEW?
I thought he was WWE for life.
Yeah.
I did not see him going. Obviously, the Netflix show got not renewed because WWE's contract was up and WWE produced it. But, I did not see him going to AEW. He's been irrelevant in WWE for the last couple of years, but he's a big get for AEW. Not only to be on television, he's going to be commentating on this new show on Mondays, but also just to help the big guys they have, because a lot of their big guys are young. We've Luchasaurus, who's a bit green in the business. We've Wardlow. We've Lance Archer, who's one of the best big men. He is going to be a huge get for that alone. They'll use him right, maybe 3 or 4 marquee matches a year. They'll use him like a proper giant, not have Randy Orton slapping him and disrespecting him on Raw like WWE did in his last appearance.
But even his last 6 months in WWE was horrible.
His
last 6 years have been horrible.
Yeah. What's that?
He's been irrelevant.
Is that down to him, or is it down to is he? Do you reckon the Big Show is kind of in a position where he says he doesn't want to wrestle as much, or do you reckon it's a bad booking?
I think he's at an age where he doesn't like this inconsistent shit booking.
Yeah, he was heel face in about 6 months, about 6 times. He's in the best shape of his life. If you look at him, he's lost all the weight. He's in proper shape. AEW use him in 4 or 5 matches a year, like they're going to do with Sting, which I saw Sting there bump now this week, and he looked good. He looked better than he did when he was in WWE 6 years ago.
Yeah. Ric Flair said he was taken by surprise. Now, Flair's one of the best, probably the GOAT. But yet again, Flair's absolutely shocked. He said he never would have guessed it was going to happen. But obviously, maybe this whole Randy Orton segment on the Raw episode really pushed him to the limit. Do you reckon that is the reason why, Tim, or do you reckon there's more?
It's not
that
just
was
that. That was the end. That was the boiling point. Over the last few months, they've been just treating him as rubbish.
Yeah.
Like, he's still young. It's not that he wants to retire, but he wants to make few appearances. He's happy to do the few appearances. He's with him 22 years that he was. 22 years.
Yeah, I
At
remember.
the start, he was a huge character. Remember the stuff he done around the time his father died, and he let them do all that. And this is the way they treat him at the end of his career. I hope he goes in and he brings the ratings up. He might finally get his match with Shaq. They're both on the same show this Wednesday night.
But yeah.
So, like, and he's meant to be brilliant on the commentary, but we've never got to see it. But he's meant to be brilliant that everyone seems to be looking forward. The amount of people have tweeted saying they can't wait to see what he does in AEW shows how respected he is and how big a get he is. He's probably one of their bigger gets because he's one of the guys that everyone thought was going to be WWE for life.
Yeah.
Nice guy as well. I actually, was lucky enough to meet him in New Orleans, Tim, when we were over there for WrestleMania, and spoke to him for 5 minutes. Kevin Nash approached us then and obviously had a little chat. But yeah, the Big Show's a good guy. Great move, and we wish him all the best. Now, trending at this moment in time and all week, Bobby Lashley, lads. Now, is Bobby on the brink of becoming champion, or are we going to see a big twist? Because he's saying it's only a matter of time. Is he going to fight it that easy, beating the Miz, or somehow winning the belt, or are we going to see just Bobby do it or not do it? What do you reckon, Phil?
No champion tomorrow night.
Do you think so? Yeah.
Yeah. The Miz is fighting Bad Bunny, sure, at WrestleMania.
Yeah. How is it going to happen? Is it going to be an interference, do you reckon, or is it just going to be a clean sweep of domination?
Ideally a clean sweep, but hopefully it'll be a clean sweep.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
You reckon?
Yeah. I remember when we were there the night he came back, Jerry. Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
And I said there was big things. I met him previously at WrestleCon when he was with TNA, when he had the TNA title. And I said, I want to see you with the WWE title. And then I met him again at Access with the Intercontinental title. He needs the World Championship. He's the best there at the moment. And it leads to the money match. When he becomes World Champion, he can face Brock Lesnar. Everyone are assuming that he's going to face Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. I think they're going to swerve all that. Drew McIntyre will ask for his rematch. He'll get that at Fastlane. Sheamus interferes in that match and takes out Drew's head. And that can leave the pad open for Brock versus Lashley at WrestleMania. Yeah. And it leaves the match of Drew versus Sheamus, which we need to see as well. That don't need a belt. That has their belt prayer.
Is Brock going to come back to me?
Lashley keeps bringing up Brock Lesnar's name. He's not doing it without WWE's permission. On the bump alone, he called out Lesnar, and he called him out again there recently on Twitter. He's not doing that without permission. WWE watch all their Twitter accounts. Do you not notice none of them tweet anything bad?
Yeah.
So he's doing this on camera, and WWE are retweeting this and retweeting anything to do with it. It's happening, I'd say. Maybe not at WrestleMania if they don't do it that way, if they go with Drew. But it is happening. I can't see him giving the belt now to Lashley and having Drew lose at WrestleMania, but I can't see him giving the belt to him and having him lose it in 4 weeks either.
Yeah. But is it like, you know what I mean? When I look at it, right, if I put Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar on paper for a world title, or Sheamus and Drew McIntyre, like, would it be right to say that Drew and Sheamus one stands out better, or is it just an all classic heavyweight battle between two galacticos?
It's a new match that nobody's seen before.
The two MMA fighters going head to head for the title. Drew and Sheamus doesn't need a belt. They have their history for so long. Remember that picture we only tweeted recently of them face to face in Irish whip wrestling? This is how long they go back wrestling when they didn't know how to wrestle. That's how long they're together. Like, they lived together their whole time at the start in WWE. The chemistry, they don't need a belt.
No.
Quick question, lads. Did Sheamus fight in Cork? Because I remember I was chatting to Sheamus about this, and I was like, Sheamus, I'm sure you were in Cork with Irish whip wrestling. And he couldn't recall if he came to Cork or not. Can you remember if he was in Cork or not, lads?
I can't recall. He definitely fought a lot up in Dublin. Like, Irish whip did come down to Cork, and I like, it was a long time ago.
Joe would be your best man now for that. He'd know.
Yeah. You know, it was kind of weird because I always recall I thought Sheamus was in Cork, and Sheamus kind of looked at me and we were kind of saying, I can't remember if I was there or not. Like, you know what I mean? He's like, I don't think I was, but I was like, I'm sure you were. But anyway, that's a different story. So, you reckon, guys, this coming Monday Night Raw, there'll be a lot more people tuning in. You reckon Bobby's going to do the Miz?
He's going to annihilate him.
Yeah.
They're building him up to be this monster heel. They're not going to have him go in and fight Miz in a 15-minute match. They're just going to have him destroy him.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I love it. Now, Cesaro apparently has signed that new contract after all. Are we going to see him get a push, lads? Is he going to get a push, or is it going to just be the case? You've got the new contract.
He'll be higher than what he was, but he won't go fully up.
Him and Rollins is going to be great. Like, even last night with the swing, Rollins keeping the mic in his hand, that was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Like, it just shows he has the charisma. He has what it takes. will they could push him on SmackDown. It mightn't be for the world title, because we know Roman Reigns is probably keeping the world title till next year's WrestleMania face off against The Rock. But there is always a chance, like Seth Rollins is going to be up at the top of SmackDown. So if Cesaro's in there with him, I think he'll put Cesaro over. Yeah, because he needs to make a few wins. Like,
Phil, how would you book Cesaro? How would you do it? What would you do with him?
The rumor is that he's going to be booked to Enhanced, guys. But I would have him fight Rollins and Bryan at WrestleMania.
I think that's the way they're going to go. They should put Nakamura into that match and make a fatal four-way.
They should,
yeah.
It'll just give an extra guy in there that knows it all. Like,
in terms of booking him, I'd book him, I suppose, just be himself and realistic and strong.
Well, I think he's happy to enhance people, or to be an enhancement for him, because he's happy where he is. If he really wanted to leave, he wasn't happy what was done. The checkbooks would be out in numerous companies from New Japan to everywhere. So he's doing what he wants to do. He's happy there.
Yeah. He is.
Now, obviously, we're seeing there's rumours that John Morrison's injured, lads. Any updates, Phil?
I've seen pictures of him on Twitter.
I think they're niggly injuries. I don't think they're anything major.
Yeah.
He's going to be in a tag team match at WrestleMania, so even if he's not 100%, he can still go in there. Like,
yeah. Well, fingers crossed he's okay. Now, we've seen WWE have, made some, big signings, guys. We seen the big picture at the Performance Center. A lot of names coming in. Tim, have you been impressed with any of the names that have come in?
That's their best class ever, between bringing in Taya Valkyrie and Parker Bordeaux and bringing in Rick Steiner's son. And there's a lot of the young lads there from the independent scene as well.
Kelly.
Like, nearly every single member of that class could go straight into NXT right now.
Yeah.
Like, they could. Usually there's a few there you go, oh, maybe. Every single one of them could go right onto NXT television right now and get over. There's a few of them. I was surprised Taya Valkyrie went in there, because not only could she go to NXT, she could go straight onto the main roster.
Yeah.
She's outstanding.
You're not worried that NXT is going to be overcrowded?
But they're on about now there's going to be a new NXT show that's going to be for, like, the Evolve kind of guys. It's basically what Evolve would have been. Like, there's a few guys on NXT right now, and a few in that class could go to that level and stay there and do their own show. It's going to be an online show, supposedly. They'll all be happy to do that, because they were happy in Evolve getting their paychecks. They're probably getting a lot more now.
Yeah. It's
more wrestling based.
NXT is a huge brand. We're seeing that. Obviously, they've got some great stars, and obviously Triple H is working hard to keep a lot of his main boys in the spotlight. Now, an actual question that I seen that was put out way recently, lads. I don't know if you spotted it, but someone says, "Where's Velveteen Dream gone? Is he days numbered? Is he completely done?"
Finished. I don't think he'll ever be back on television. They're never going to acknowledge it, because there's no proof of the allegations, which I'm not going to bring up because, as they said, there's no proof. But to take a guy that they were pushing to the moon off television, he's off television now, I think, 9 weeks in a row, is this?
Yeah, he's been off since about November, I think.
And usually when a guy is off, if he's injured, they'll either bring it up or they'll have videos of him still. There has been zero mentions of him. What a waste of talent.
Oh, yeah, well, look, that's what I was going to say. Like we don't know what exactly has happened. With there's allegations and stuff. But lads, like, let's be honest. And Jesus Christ, we're talking 2 years ago at New York, Phil, and this guy was the next big thing. Like, without a doubt.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Like, remember when he got up on top of the desk and started doing all this?
Him and Bianca Belair. Yeah, and we met him at the photo shoot, and obviously, I had a
strange man when we met him. He was very bizarre.
It was unique, though. It was all, it was unique. But that was a fine question. Someone wanted to know what we thought. So
he's his own worst enemy.
Yeah, Triple H said that recently, actually, that he's his own worst enemy.
Yeah.
Well, just speaking of Triple H, because there's 2 bits of news on him.
Yeah.
He's challenged Elon Musk to some kind of PR stunt.
WrestleMania on Mars.
What's your reckon?
I think it's just a publicity stunt. That's all it is.
Of course it is.
And then, So what do you reckon? Do you reckon we'll see Elon Musk get involved?
No, that was just to get to Twitter, because Elon Musk has so many followers on Twitter at the moment, between Tesla and all this Bitcoin scam that he's doing. Then you're probably your next bit of news is his interactions with Mr. McGregor, is this?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to happen, is it?
There is no way WWE and Finn Balor are tweeting about Conor McGregor and McGregor responding unless there's something in the works.
Yeah, well,
you know the way Conor works, Jerry. He doesn't do this for free. He doesn't tweet about another company unless he has something planned.
What could he possibly do, though, lads? You know what I mean? We've seen Floyd Mayweather come in and box the Big Show. We've seen, you know, I suppose Shaq in the ring. We've seen, you know, numerous.
Balor.
You reckon he's going to wrestle Balor?
Yeah.
Really?
Or he could tag with him.
Yeah.
Against Karrion Kross, is it?
I don't know. I don't think it'll be this year's WrestleMania because it's too short a time to bring in a guy of his caliber and the build. Because I think he needs to be on Raw. Like Finn Balor, as he said recently in an interview, thought his stint in NXT now was going to be 3 months long. He stayed there because he's happy and he's enjoying what he's doing. But Balor could come back up after WrestleMania, I'd say. And this could be a long build the way they do with the likes of The Rock. You have to remember, next year's WrestleMania is going to be in Dallas with 103,000, 104,000 people. Yeah. What better way? We're on about bringing The Rock in. Another way to sell the pay-per-view is have the Notorious one on the card, which would be amazing.
I reckon by next year we'll have 50,000. I don't think there'll be 100,000.
The Americans are going to have 30,000 at WrestleMania this year and a 50,000 seater. They will have full stadiums next year because they'll have them all vaccinated.
Yeah. You reckon?
Yeah. Interesting times. We look forward to that, lads. We have to start saving anyway for all our future WrestleManias. And look, the Irish lads back out on tour sounds good. We'll have to get down there with us as well at some stage. Now, yet again, lads, there's been a lot of news. A lot of, obviously, the McGregor one is obviously trending. We're seeing a lot of that. Phil, did you get a chance to watch Raw and SmackDown?
Yeah, SmackDown was the way better show, as always.
Yeah.
Although Raw, I will give it. I'm actually wrong because it wasn't way better because Raw was actually all right.
This was the first good Raw of the year.
This is the first good Raw in about 6 months.
Yeah. What was your highlights?
Lashley.
He's dominating. He's dominating.
Yeah, but even just the whole thing was built around him. I love when a show is built around something.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just all random matches. Like there was a lot of kind of Lashley stuff throughout the whole night.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a change, they kind of done it right. They built it right. They built them up that we saw him through the way it used to be before.
Yeah.
Yeah, around
like they got into this thing where they'd put a guy on a show once and you'd never see him again.
Yeah.
Tim, what was your highlights, my man? Obviously Lashley's one of them. What was your highlights from Raw and SmackDown?
I'm enjoying Matt Riddle's stuff. I know they're saying, but he's acting like a goof and this and that, but he's a goof that can break your back, as he said. He can annihilate anyone. He can, like, you can see him when he's in the matches. He's all goofy, but when he needs to, he snaps into it. As we all know, he's an MMA fighter. Where are they going with it? I don't know. There's still rumours that he could be facing Phil's buddy, Mr. Goldberg, but with that, he'd have to lose the belt, which at Fastlane, he could be in the ring fighting for the belt, and Goldberg could pop up and spare him.
Yeah. Do you reckon Matt Riddle could be a future WWE champion, or do you reckon it's just Intercontinental and that's it?
Vince McMahon likes him, but he likes him as a goofy character. I don't think he'll put the belt on him.
Yeah.
Triple H would put the belt on him if McMahon is gone in a couple of years.
Yeah.
He retires.
But by then he's old.
Riddle isn't that old though.
Yeah.
WWE put the belt on a 60-year-old. So.
Yeah. No, obviously we spoke about Moose in the last show. Now there's still talks that Moose will come to WWE. Do you reckon Moose will go straight to the main card, or do you reckon he'd go to NXT?
Raw after Mania.
I don't think so. I don't know where he's going to go. I honestly don't know where he's going to go.
Yeah.
Raw after Mania, I think.
I don't know. When
I don't think he fits in NXT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I said I'd throw it out there, you know what I mean? Does he go straight to the main card or not?
Main roster, yeah.
I have a good friend, lads, Aaron. Aaron wanted to get his take. He wanted, obviously, yourself and Phil, Tim, to get your take on this. But it's that simple question: are we going to see John Cena back in the WWE? Like we've seen The Rock come back after all the years.
He will be back, but I don't know why he'll be
back, but not this year.
Yeah.
Will he go on a wrestle? Will he wrestle?
Maybe once in a blue moon. At the moment, everyone are saying he can come back when he wants and this and that. You have to remember he's in multi-million-dollar contracts with movies that don't want him to get injured.
Yeah.
And like you can't have him come in and do a rock bottom the way The Rock does it and have a match because they need to build Cena. Like The Rock showing up and doing something is all fun. Cena showing up and doing something, they've done it before. They can't do it again. He's too embroiled in a thing that in his feud with The Rock, he always brought up that he'd never go Hollywood. And now he's gone Hollywood.
Yeah. He's right.
Actually, just speaking of Cena, he was actually trending this week.
Yeah, I seen that. That's I suppose that's one of the reasons the questions were put to us.
Yeah, it's just that he was very unhappy with being defeated by The Rock.
Yeah. So that was always going to happen. Are they really going to bring in The Rock, who's probably the greatest name in the business, that's in this kind of stature, to bring in ratings. Are they really going to have him come in and lose to John Cena? Brock wasn't going to come back to lose to John Cena. Not when he's the biggest name in Hollywood, the highest grossing actor in Hollywood. Not going to come in and lose on a wrestling show because the tabloids would have field day.
How many titles has Cena on? Is he on 15 or 14?
16.
16.
He's
level with Flair. Yeah.
So it's probably fair to say he's not going to overdo Flair, like.
No, I don't think he wants that.
I don't think he wants that, but if he stayed wrestling, if he wasn't got to Hollywood, they'd do it to him. But if he's only going to be showing up, they're not going to have him beat the record and not be on the show every week to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Randy Orton is the best person to beat it, to be honest.
Yeah, right, like, because Orton lost it so fast. I think Orton's on 15, isn't he?
Something like that, yeah.
14 Orton's on.
14.
Yeah, he'd do it. And Charlotte's close as well. I think Charlotte will do 16 like her dad as well. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, lads?
The Orton, just bringing up Orton, as you saw, like, the stuff with him and Alexa Bliss is great. It's just brought back memories of Papa Shango and the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
Well, it did, and maybe that's a good subject. Are we going to see the Fiend come back quite soon? Obviously, the Fiend's back, lads. He's going to come back.
Yeah, I reckon the next pay-per-view.
The next pay-per-view, or else in the next 2 weeks. The thing is, what are they going to do at Mania? They're going to do he's going to come back. He's going to be a way darker character, which is going to be great. Are they going to do a Firefly Funhouse kind of thing? What are they going to do? Orton's playing this part perfectly. I don't think anyone else could have been in this feud and done it as good as Orton is doing it.
Yeah. Do you reckon, no, it's the case of, like, is the Fiend, you know what I mean? Like, we've seen the storyline, we've seen the way he was kind of rolling out. Is he injured? Is it just personal reasons, or is it just...
They just don't need him there every week for all this. They needed to build this storyline up slowly, and Alexa Bliss has been this is the best she's ever done. I know she's not wrestling, but this is the best. She's like a movie star. She's so good at what she's doing.
Yeah.
She has us all eaten out of the palm of her hands, or her hand.
Yeah, no, I love it. I must say, Alexa, she's really good at what she's doing right now. No, obviously, it's been a busy week for NXT lads and AEW and Impact. Phil, any updates on AEW? How's things over in that section at the moment?
This week's episode I was talking to Tim about it during it. It was like an Attitude Era episode on rides.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go Omega in the back making the cage, like when the Undertaker used to be backstage making the caskets. That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah, that was brilliant. Yeah. This match, the exploding barbed wire match, I still not sold on it. Even though John Moxley had some match this morning.
Oh, as I said, I texted you last night because I watched it live. It's probably his best match ever, and I was so surprised he won.
Yeah.
But I think what they're going to lead is that the next big pay-per-view he's going to face Omega, and it's going to be belt for belt. And Omega will take it to feud with Kenta.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
So Moxley takes his time off.
What's next for Kenta?
Kenta, well, sure, he's in New Japan. He's in the Bullet Club. He's going to want this belt back.
Yeah.
If Omega wins it, they can go Bullet Club versus Bullet Club for the belt, like.
Yeah.
Now, switching back to NXT, lads, what's your take on Adam Cole? Adam Cole is just flaking the absolute shite out of everyone that's in front of him. What's going on with Adam Cole?
He's the best at the heel.
Yeah, I think he broke lots of people's hearts when he finished off completely the Undisputed Era Wednesday night.
Yeah.
I'd say people thought that he was still going to team, and we all did. We thought he was going to team with Roddy.
Yeah.
Not do what he done, like, and it overpowers him. I thought we were going to get Karrion Kross versus Finn Balor at WrestleMania, but now there's talks that there might actually be a takeover WrestleMania week because there's no Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame is virtual, so if we're Adam Cole versus Finn Balor will be the match they're going to go with, I'd say.
Yeah.
Where does that leave Kross? I don't know, because I think Kross is the best thing in NXT.
Yeah, his match again was stellar this week.
Yeah. Everyone were there going, why is he fighting this cruiserweight? But he came in, but I told you before, I said I've seen their matches from Mexico, and it was outstanding.
Yeah.
Maybe they're going to put Kross. They could put Kross on the main roster straight away. We don't know.
Yeah. No, there was a bad injury back in NXT, lads. Obviously, a legit injury. Casey unfortunately got a bit of an injury. Do you reckon she could be out for a while?
Looks like a broken leg.
It looks like a few months, yeah. Like, it looked nasty when she fell on it.
Yeah.
Looks sick.
Yeah, it looked bad.
Obviously, she's quite, like, you know what I mean, quite flexible. She's quite, you know what I mean, quite the maneuver. Like, she can do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But she was obviously coming up the ranks. I think she was really being pushed, you know?
Yeah,
they were pushing her team big time.
There was a heel turn coming, but now it's going to be scrapped, obviously.
Yeah. No, obviously, lads, Impact Wrestling, has it gone quite as small as of late, or is it still high in ratings? Obviously, we're seeing, you know, the whole kind of swapping with AEW and stuff. Omega's over there. Obviously, Matt Hardy's doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Have you been watching much of Impact at the moment?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm watching it every Tuesday.
Black is my favourite.
Yeah.
I don't like these paid ads by AEW because they basically this week absolutely slaughtered the Impact product. But does he not realise nearly every one of his major stars came through Impact?
Yeah.
Like these paid ads, he's coming across very, very bad. Like, did anyone see the Meltzer's Awards this week?
Yeah. Yeah.
Basically, AEW won everything.
Yeah.
Most of them, they did win them, but like they basically, it was just
like how was Tony Khan Booker of the Year?
How did he get Booker of the Year with like 1,000 points and Triple H only got 14 points?
I know.
How did Bailey and Sasha's feud not get a ranking at all?
I know, yeah. Exactly.
I'm a fan of Sasha, who after watching last night thinks she shouldn't be allowed on the microphone ever again.
Yeah.
Yeah. What we seen the results, lads. The results were a bit mad, but like, you know what I mean? Do you agree with wrestling?
Anyone that's a subscriber to Meltzer's thing is the only people that can vote, and they're all AEW fanboys. Like the review show of the awards, he brought Tony Khan on. Tony Khan is self-processed. He's a subscriber to this show. Like he voted for himself, obviously.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just mad. Obviously, Moxley Wrestler of the Year. Do you agree on that, Phil?
He should be up there, but I think Roman Reigns had a better year.
Yeah, and coming from a fellow who hated Roman Reigns had an absolute brilliant year. Moxley has had some garbage matches. As I said, I told you this beforehand, Phil, I thought his match last night was his best match ever. But I've liked him in AEW. He's been a big guy. He's not even their best wrestler. He's not even their wrestler of the year. Kenny Omega's their wrestler of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But even like, you know, if you look at some of the awards, like, you know what I mean, the best outstanding wrestler of the year was obviously Kenny Omega. Eddie Kingston got the best on the interview. So he's been the best on the promo and interview side of things. Like, but like it's all AEW pretty much.
Well, as Tim said, they're only AEW fanboys could vote.
Yeah, it's like next year, no matter who it is, it'll be JD Knight will win that, because like the minute they give him a microphone in NXT, he's going to bury everyone in the whole business.
Yeah. Like what I didn't like was that he said the most overrated was Bray Wyatt. Didn't like it.
They just don't get him.
You know what I mean? Did not like it. Obviously, yeah.
AEW fanboys.
Meltzer's big problem at the moment is he's been predicting stuff. You know, he usually had all his leaks in WWE, and they stopped leaking to him when he got all this help with AEW. So now he's been bringing out stuff on the internet that I could have told you was wrong. You know, stuff he said, this is going to happen on Raw. I've heard from reliable sources. And I'd already read from more reliable sources than his that it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
Like that guy that put up the thing about Asuka's fighting, and then the match was called off.
Yeah. That was him. He put it up.
All right.
He put up that Asuka was fighting. He hasn't. And I told you that match was never going to happen, that she wasn't going to fight. And I said, if they do, they're going to bring someone big in. But like, up to when the main event was on, they all still thought Asuka was going wrestling, like a lot of them. Like,
yeah. We're seeing a lot. Like, do you think Meltzer is really hated by WWE?
No, they don't hate him, but like he doesn't do himself any favors. Like he's basically licking the boots of Tony Khan, but he's still, most of his stuff is still WWE on his website if you go on, because WWE gets the clicks now. AEW hasn't broken 1 million fans yet. Raw does better ratings than AEW, so it's not getting him the things. That's why he still does mainly WWE stuff.
Yeah.
Even though he gave all his awards to AEW.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you reckon, Phil? Do you like Meltzer?
I do and I don't.
Yeah.
I think he's too kind of, what's the word? I don't want to use markish, but he kind of is.
Yeah.
Cornette was right about him.
Yeah. Like, if you ever listen to old rants about him, it's kind of hilarious from Russo and Bischoff and all these fellas.
Yeah.
Bischoff really doesn't.
Russo is better than fucking Meltzer.
Yeah, Bischoff really hates him.
Yeah, I know. He told me that himself.
Yeah.
Madness. I don't know. He's always trending though, which is unique. Another thing that's trending, lads. Obviously, we've got a couple of minutes left, but the Dark Side of the Ring, that's due to kick off again. Are you looking forward to that, Tim?
Yeah.
Cannot wait. My favorite TV show of all time.
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Kicking off with again is Brian Pillman, is it?
Pillman is kicking it off, and that's going to be outstanding. Yeah. Like they've so many big names involved. Like Stone Cold Steve Austin is involved in the Pillman episode. That says enough about how big this thing is taking off. I think there's 13 episodes this year.
Yeah.
So I think they have an episode out next week or in the week after. It's like previewing the last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
They were interviewed in the ECW arena sometime last year. think it was by Conrad Thompson, if I'm correct.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, no, it's
speaking of ECW, it's 24 years since they were on Raw.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen Tommy Dreamer had a picture of him and Paul Heyman and the Sandman. We must actually get someone from ECW one soon, lads. There's been one or two that have kind of, I suppose, they're in the pipeline, but it's supposed to be great to have a legend from ECW on with us.
Oh, definitely. Back in the day, I used to watch ECW every week.
Used to be on Bravo, didn't it? On Bravo TV, right?
Yeah, I used to watch it every week. I used to watch Nitro live and watch Raw the next day tapes. So I was watching Nitro. I was watching Nitro, and Vince McMahon walked out. I wasn't watching Raw that night.
Yeah.
Imagine the shock of watching Nitro and seeing Vince walk out.
Unique days. Obviously, lads, we're seeing a lot of stuff in Ireland at the moment. You know what I mean? We're seeing obviously the crew behind OTT, and obviously the Irish Wrestling School and stuff. There's a lot of stuff there that you know what I mean. They're really looking forward to coming back, and obviously you know the schools
and safeguarding the companies,
which is great, Tim. It's great, and obviously we know Joe quite well. Absolutely love Joe. We have to get him on the show, but Joe's a legend. You know what I mean? To me, he's the godfather of Irish wrestling, and Joe's still very young, but like probably you know what I mean, one of the best bookers in the world. OTT has become, you know what I mean. It's you can't even like OTT. You can't even put into words how big it is via worldwide. You know what I mean? Such a respected organisation. Obviously, lads, you know, support OTT as well. All our fans out there, get onto OTT, the website, obviously OTT Wrestling. Lots of merchandise still there, you know, OTT on demand. But Phil, it's going to be immense when we really do get back to an OTT show soon.
Yeah, like, what do we reckon? End of summer, maybe their first show.
I reckon it'll be one in December, November, lads. I really reckon November, December we'll have something.
A Christmas show in the stadium.
That would be unbelievable, right?
Like, they'll all be well vaccinated by then. They'll have no excuse with the open stuff.
Yeah, like we've been to OTT shows over the years, lads, and like they've just been unbelievable.
Yeah, I remember my first one was actually their weekend when I think it was the first show of any of us when they did X-Pac, Abyss, the whole lot for the 2 days, Chris Hero and all that, and it was my first time going to OTT, and I got the bug. It was outstanding. I actually have some thumbtacks in a thing that's actually down in Darren's from Abyss's match, and he slammed your man onto the thumbtack. I got him because I was front row.
Yeah,
it's brilliant show.
Yeah, it's great. Like we've seen the wrestlers there brought over the years as well. You know, Zack Sabre Jr., Keith Lee, MGF. You know, we've seen them all. But like, it's going to be great to see Joe and all the crew back to doing what they're doing best. Hopefully before the end of the year.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Now, lads, anything else you want to mention before we finish up? Obviously,
I just kind of want to say, like, Aoife Valkyrie had another great match on NXT UK.
Unbelievable. And she was actually, she liked, we put up one or two tweets and she liked it, but Aoife, she's unbeaten in NXT, you know what I mean? She's, like, even her entrance, everything about her is just incredible. So I think it's...
she screams money.
Yeah. Just one last other thing about NXT UK, because I know we're running out of time, but who do you got next week? Do you reckon she'll retain Kaylee Lee Ray?
Yeah.
Or would she lose?
She'll retain.
Do you reckon?
Miko is brought in to kind of help the division. She's the industry legend. She's 25 years around the place. She's brought in now to nurture all these younger girls. A lot of them are very young and very green. She'll help all them and she'll build it to a great women's division.
It was bizarre to see she actually did move to the UK, wasn't it?
I think she actually there.
What is
it's a lot easier for her to travel to and from Japan when she's living in the UK than when you're living in the US. There's a lot of different rules. That's why Zack Sabre Jr. and such are able to wrestle a lot with New Japan and Will Ospreay and the lads.
Yeah.
No, it's great. I remember we obviously seen her, Phil, and you saw the same picture, don't you? I got to the same picture.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
It was a great show, actually.
Yeah, herself and Martina, that was a great match. But lads, obviously, big week ahead. Obviously, we're predicting Bobby Lashley Monday night to be WWE champion for the first time. He was World Heavyweight Champion, I think, wasn't he? He was, yeah.
ECW.
Yeah. Was he World Heavyweight Champion too?
No. He's never won the big one.
Yeah.
Impact champion.
Yeah.
With TNA.
Yeah. It's only a matter of time. Timmy and Phil, thank you very much for joining me. We have a big guest on with us, so that'll be out next week as well, guys. So just do stay tuned for that. As you say, we air every Sunday, so happy Sunday to everyone. From myself, Jerry, from Tim and Phil. God bless, be safe. Check out WrestleSlam on Twitter, WrestleSlam on Facebook. You can email us, WrestleSlam@outlook.com. Merchandise is coming this April, guys. I've been on to the manufacturer. We have a load of cups to give away, a couple of t-shirts, a couple of hoodies. Any graphic designers out there, last of all, if there's any graphic designer that's really good animated-wise, reach out. We've been on touch with one or two, but if there's any animated graphic designers that would like to design a Tim Cronin cup or a Philip Connolly cup, reach out. Guys, be safe, God bless, and we'll talk to you soon.
Peace out. Cheers.